Good Monday morning to you. I am Roni LeForge, Carbondale Public Relations Officer, and you are tuned in to Talk of the Town. Here with me this morning is Carbondale Mayor Mike Henry and Carbondale City Manager Gary Williams. Mayor, I'm going to start with you. If you would just talk to us about the approach that the City of Carbondale has taken in response to COVID-19.
You know, we've decided to be very proactive in this whole issue. We've been taking our lead from the state of Illinois. The governor has done a great job of the initiatives he's pushed out. He has held twice a week telephone conferences with the mayors and city managers of the state. That gives us a lot of good information. So we're following what the governor has done for the state. Locally, we are talking with our businesses that have to be closed. We're making sure that businesses are closed. We're checking around, and a lot of people may not understand what the most recent advisories from the state, how that affects them and so on. You know, a good example is Henry Printing is going to be closed because we're not essential services. So a lot of people are trying to figure out what essential services are. So we're helping them to define that, but we're trying to keep people calm. We're doing everything here short of declaring a state of emergency, and under Carbondale's ordinances, a state of emergency gives a lot of powers to the mayor, and from there to the city manager. These powers are to seal off threatened or damaged areas of the city, to commandeer vehicles to help clear debris from the city. We can commandeer citizens to fight against fire. We can proclaim general curfews. We can prohibit the sale of certain merchandise and goods and services. Well, much of this is done by the state. Really, the only thing out of all this that we would consider is a curfew. And based on reports from our police department and folks that are out and about, we don't have people out late at night now. You know, our restaurants are closed, our bars are closed. We don't even need a curfew. So that's the reason we haven't declared a state of civil emergency. I felt that it would cause more panic with folks than do good. Again, just because the only thing we can do is the only thing that we can do that would help us in this situation is a curfew. And once again, we just don't need a curfew. So
we've been taking a lot of precautions, though, here at the city. And Gary, you've been very busy over the last month, keeping a close eye on the COVID-19 situation. Explain from the city manager's office what the city is doing to just stop the spread.
Well, we started watching this a few weeks ago, and immediately I was communicating with the mayor and the council, and we were talking about it, and I guess it's been a couple of weeks now, but we made a decision. I guess 2 weeks ago, like on Thursday or Friday, we to close the civic center down and close the city hall to the public, just to be really, really cautious. And I think to some people it initially seemed like maybe an overreach, but you can see where we're at now, and it was. I think we all feel pretty good about the decision we made. So we started implementing minimization plans for staff. We asked non-essential staff, and that you have to be very careful with that word, because I would tell you that in the concept of a city and all the services we provide, everyone's essential. But the employees that had the ability to work from their office, and there are a number of those that can, we told them to do that, and we have the technology to allow them to access their desktop and all the shared drives and everything they need from home. And the other part of that is we wanted to minimize the number of people that would come in contact with one another, and in particular our public safety folks, because a lot of our employees interact with one another, and the last thing we wanted was for someone to be infected and then to get through the police department or get through the firehouse, where those guys live together. So that would be devastating if we didn't have to actually respond to big emergencies. So and I think we've been communicating all this to the public. I know you've been putting out daily press releases, daily video updates to everybody. But I feel pretty good about everything we've done. But all these decisions too have been made collaboratively. That we just haven't went off and just started making decisions about sending staff home and closing facilities down without really giving us some thought.
Yeah, we've been doing our best to just make sure that everyone in Carbondale is up to date. I've been doing the daily videos, and then we have a lot of resources on our website, explorecarbondale.com. We have some grocery stores that have adjusted their shopping hours, some adjustments that are going to be made starting this week too, where there will be certain times for seniors, and you can find a list of those at explorecarbondale.com. You're going to hover over the residents tab and then go down to COVID-19. There's grocery store hours there, a list of businesses that are offering curbside and takeout. That will be adjusted this week as some businesses decide that they're just going to close for the next couple of weeks. But some other announcements to pass along. There have been many events canceled. The census kickoff on March 25th, the employment fair on April 1st, and I just got word that the cardboard boat regatta will also not happen this year. Some other measures that we've taken here at the city, there has been, the voting day was just the other day, and we made sure that there was hand sanitizer and that all the pens were being wiped down. We now have hand washing stations located outside of City Hall for anyone who may need those services, but we're just doing everything we can. Is there anything you guys would like to let the city of Carbondale know before we hop off here?
Well, I would point out that we've been very proactive from the beginning, and some of our other cities have been calling me, our other mayors, and we've had conversations and they've asked what we're doing, and I've asked what they're doing. And so there's been a great spirit of cooperation along the Route 13 corridor, and we're all on the same page, and we all know that we need to hunker down in this, but there's no reason for panic. We're going to see the numbers go up because we're doing more testing, and this is going to spread. But I think the state of Illinois is in the best position of any state in the country because we're well ahead of this. We watched what was happening overseas and took advice from that. And again, our state government really got in there and did the right thing. And we've been following their cue.
And the city leaders, you and the city manager, have been in pretty well constant communication with what's going on.
Yeah, every day. And, we have a very professional staff here at the city, well educated, and all of our department heads have provided really valuable information to us and to me. And that's where I get a lot of the information for me to make the decisions that I make as mayor, is I consult with our city staff. They're professionals. And, our manager is a professional. So I feel that we've done a really exemplary job of handling this, and we're going to stay on top of it along the way. The other concern is helping out our businesses that are affected by this, and we're looking at ways that we can help them put off some licensing fees, whatever we can do. The city's probably going to come up short by a couple of $1 million in our budget over this with taxes that come back to us from the state of Illinois. That's almost 10% of our operating budget. So it's going to put a lot of stress on our resources also. So we're in this together, and we're going to help each other out, and we'll be fine in a few months.
All right, and we're doing our best to answer anyone's questions. If you just send an email to covid19.questions@explorecarbondale.com, those are going to come to me, and I will make sure to get back to you with an answer as soon as possible. So thank you for tuning in to Talk of the Town. Have a great day.